All right, Coach, thanks for joining us. We'll go ahead and start with Coach Bluter this evening. Coach, if you want to give us some comments, congratulations, and we'll get started from there.
Yeah, I usually defer and let our players go first, but I'm going to go first because I know you have questions about the time and everything that happened today, and I thought I'd answer them instead of you guys having to ask every player those type of questions. And so basically, I'm thrilled to get this win today. Top 20 win, top 20 net win. We needed this, and we have been so close so many times, and today we broke through, and just really proud of our team and even maintaining this day and how strange the day was. We can come back to the game. I'll talk about what happened today. As you can see, that Logan was positive for COVID-19 yesterday. We went through the rapid antigen testing with all of our players as we are supposed to according to Big Ten protocol. Everybody came back negative in our entire travel party. Michigan required or asked that we all PCR before the test, before they would play the game. So we ended up doing it. We were set to play, at 3:30, but then we all ran over, got our PCR tests. All of them came back negative. And so we were just following Big Ten protocol the entire time. And really, it came down to Michigan making a request of us, and we followed through with the request. I really want to thank our medical staff. They did an unbelievable job fitting us in, getting results as quickly as we can. They just have done a great job all year. But today was, they get a blue ribbon for today. So let's go back to the game. Again, just thrilled with the game, the way we shot ball, but we defended today. And really happy with the way that we defended, especially on the three-point line. We talked about that was important. We knew that Naz was a great player, but we really wanted to defend at the three-point line as well. And I thought we just played very well on both ends of the court tonight.
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll go to questions. Please raise your hand if you have a question for Coach Bluter. Our first question comes from Jeff Linder. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, of those 5 hours, how much was spent, en route to wherever you were testing, and how much was spent in the locker room? What was kind of the timetable there?
Yeah, not much time in the locker room. We ran, basically rushed over to test at our typical site. And so, we rushed over. Again, they got us in quickly. Everybody pitched in, and they got us through quickly, and, got the test before 3:30 to the lab. And so not much time spent in the locker room. We had to turn around and have another pregame meal. So we had 2 pregame meals today, and enjoyed that, and then just waited around for results, basically.
Coach, just clarifying for you guys, the normal PCR testing is the recreation indoor track building, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right, Dargan, go ahead.
Yeah, by game time, so much had happened, and I'm sure you're wondering how things are going to look on the court when everybody was dealing with the whirlwind of today. Just how impressed were you with this group being able to handle the being flexible the way that everybody talks about and come out and, deliver the best performance of the season?
I think we showed incredible mental toughness today. For us to, be ready to play off the court, testing, coming back and doing that all over again. I am so amazed with their mental maturity in what they showed today.
Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, talk to me about Sharon Goodman today being able to step in and cover for Monica when she was in foul trouble.
Yeah, thank you for asking, Ben. I thought Sharon played so well. She's, we have 4 people in double figures, and she's one of them. She did a great job for us. And I told her after this game, you just went against one of the best post players in America and did a really, really good job. So I'm extremely proud of her in her efforts that she did with Monica getting into some foul trouble and just is playing well. She just played well.
Our next question comes from Michelle Vopel. Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, Coach, can you just talk about bouncing back from, I thought, probably one of the best games in all of women's college basketball against Maryland, but maybe a little disappointing because you guys didn't win that, but to bounce back and to shoot again so well from beyond the arc.
Yeah, I mean, we were worried because we only had 1 day of prep. Now my players will be telling me, they just want 1 day of prep for games from now on. But, that was disappointing because you score 93 points on the road. You usually walk away with a win. So that was disappointing, but we have kept telling our team that we are close. We are close. We are so close. We just have to put a defensive effort together with what we're doing on the offensive end. And tonight we did that. Caitlin is obviously a special shooter. There's no doubt. But we have a lot of people that are shooting the ball really well from 3-point range. And that makes it even more fun that it's just not one person contributing to that 60% field goal percentage for 3-pointers, but a lot of people.
Yeah, and I guess to that end, Monica continues to basically almost never miss a shot. It almost seems like, I think she was 7 of 8 tonight. Obviously, she's getting shots where she wants to, but can you sort of address why she has been so effective for that? Because she's leading the country in field goal percentage.
Yeah, I mean, for one thing, she works very hard. For another thing, we have Coach Jensen that does a wonderful job with our post players. Another thing, obviously, when you're shooting that well from 3-point range, it doesn't really allow a whole lot of people to, help in on your post players because it just opens things up so much when you have so many people that can shoot the three. So I think there's a lot of reasons that go into it. But probably the number one thing is, we believe in her and she believes in herself.
Thank you.
Chloe Peterson.
Yeah, the defense I saw was very much improved from the Maryland game on Tuesday. So what did you just do in this 1 day prep to turn around the defense?
There wasn't anything magic that we did, this 1 day prep. We really watched a lot of film yesterday. So we did a lot of mental training versus physical training. I just think that they committed themselves to going out and playing really hard. I thought we communicated better tonight on the defensive end. And, Michigan's used to getting a plus 14 rebound. They got a plus 1 tonight. I wish we would have gotten some more offensive rebounds. But, we did a good job, for the most part. I mean, they get a lot of rebounds and we held them to just 1 more than what we had.
Go back to Dargan.
Yeah, even up 19 at half, how pivotal was the start of the third quarter there, given how some of these other games have gone against ranked teams? You get it to, I think, 28 in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter, and then you can kind of, hold the cushion from there. But how pivotal was it to come out of the half strong, even up big?
Yeah, I think that's really important because you don't want to let them get any momentum, right, or gain any momentum. And so I think it's important you take off, to start each quarter with that same kind of mentality. And it was obviously important because then, it's kind of like then it took really any hope away from them at that point.
Ben?
Yeah, what's it like just being able to rest those players in the fourth quarter in such a busy stretch of the season?
It is a busy stretch. I mean, we're playing 3 games in 6 days. We just talked to our team too about hey, this is like the NCAA tournament. You play on 1 day, you get a 1 day prep, you play the next day. So it was good. We're trying to use it as it was good experience for us for postseason. And, Ben, I'm sure I can't even quite remember what you asked. I'm sorry. What was that?
Oh, no, I was just asking about just being able to rotate the players late on.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be able to, those players earn their opportunity in practice, and it's nice to be able to give that opportunity to them. But certainly also, yes, Wisconsin played last night, we played tonight. So it was nice to be able to, but we played hard. I don't know how rested they feel.
All right. Chloe Peterson, go ahead.
Yeah, the energy seemed very high around the team tonight. Do you think that was like restlessness from waiting for 5 hours, or what do you think that was?
I think there's a lot of things. I think it was kind of like, the team was like, come on, let's play. And I think they were ready. But I also think just coming off that Maryland game, we wanted to play again. We just wanted to play again. We felt like, again, we're we're knocking on the door and it's going to come down someday. And I'm just really glad it did tonight.
All right. Thank you, Coach, for your time. We appreciate it.
I did.
All right, Caitlin, can you hear us okay?
Yep.
All right, we'll go right to questions for Caitlin Clark. Go ahead, Jeff Linder.
Yeah, what were kind of I know you guys ran over and got tested there, but what were kind of the high points of that 5 hours between the time you came off the court and the time you went back on to start warming up again?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a very weird situation, but you never know what's going to happen this year. So just had to go over there, get tested, and then we got to eat a whole nother meal before our game. So they did a great job. Credit to our staff and our athletic trainers. They got us in, they got us tested. They made sure we ate. So we got Monica's. I had a nice chicken parm before the game, and I caught part of the boys' game too, so that was nice. But all in all, I thought we just stayed focused, and we were ready to go tonight for sure.
Dargan.
Yeah, Coach Harmon said something on the pregame show, kind of contextualizing the emotions of getting high for a game, having to come down, and then having to get back up. Could you just describe the emotional whirlwind of today, and then after all that to come out and deliver your best performance of the season? How much did you guys grow up even in just today's series of events?
Yeah, I think more than anything, like we knew we could get this game. Even before it all got delayed and anything, we were dialed in. We knew this was one that we needed to win and we wanted to win, and we were really mentally prepared and ready to go. And then showing up at the game, a lot of us all had our uniforms on. Kind of got word that things were going on and whatnot, and we tried to stay focused. We went out there and started shooting because we didn't really know what was going to happen. So then getting told that we might not even play and having to go get PCR'd kind of is different for sure. And it's just weird. So then we went and got PCR'd, had to wait around for another 4 hours, which was strange, and just trying to stay mentally focused, not get tired. It's already 11 o'clock at night now. So just trying to stay energized and ready to go. And I think when we came back to Carver and it was a full go, everybody was dialed in. We had read over our scouting reports. And I thought we had a different energy about us tonight for sure. I thought we were just dialed in, really ready to go. I think the team really knew that we were going to get this win tonight, which was huge for us.
Chloe, go ahead.
Yeah, you just talked about the different energy. Do you think that came from restlessness from waiting around for 5 hours?
Yeah, I think part of it is. I mean, to be honest, I was kind of tired, but then when I got here and I was on the court, I was so excited to play. It's just another opportunity to compete against one of the best teams in the nation. And I think it was a full team effort tonight. So many people contributed in so many different ways. We shot the ball absolutely amazing, which is great to see. We're back on our home floor. So when we were running out of the tunnel tonight, we just had this different energy about us. I could feel it, and I knew we were going to get the win.
Michelle, go ahead.
Yeah, Caitlin, I don't know if you're a baseball fan at all, but did it feel a little bit like a rain delay? Because that's kind of, as a fan, what it felt like.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I never would have thought this would happen, even in COVID, just because usually these things are taken care of, whatnot. But kind of crazy, but this year is different and strange. And I think our team has done an amazing job just going with the flow, handling things that come up. So credit to us, way to stay focused, and we were ready to get this win tonight, but definitely a strange scenario for sure.
You know, you mentioned how good you shot the ball, which was obviously also the case in the Maryland game. Do you think that's just, do you all just feel like almost it's contagious how well everybody's shooting the ball? I mean, I think tonight you had the same percentage from 3-point range that you did from 2-point range.
Yeah, I think it's definitely contagious. When one person makes a three, the next person just gets that energy. The bench gets going, the crowd gets going. That's just fun basketball. And I think tonight we did a really good job at finding the one more pass. We weren't settling for that good shot, but we were passing it off to get a great shot. And those are a higher percentage, so they're easier to knock down for us. And that's just fun basketball all around. And it's great to see so many people just step up and hit those big threes.
Thank you.
Jeff Linder.
Monica and Sharon basically battled Nas to a draw statistically. How key was that?
Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, Monica's obviously more experienced than Sharon, and I was very impressed with Sharon tonight. I thought she battled Nas really, really well. So did Monica. They boxed her out well, I thought. Obviously, Nas is going to score. We knew that coming into it. She's that good of a player. That's what she's going to do. She's going to get points. I thought she got to the free throw line a lot. But we did a great job. We kept her under control. I don't think she really got that many easy layups. They were all up in her face. They sprinted the floor hard because Nas runs so well in transition. So credit to those two. They did a tremendous job on Nas tonight.
Ben, go ahead.
Yeah, after the Maryland game, how important was it to put in a defensive performance like y'all did tonight?
Yeah. I think it just shows like it wasn't in practice yesterday because we didn't have time to waste our legs and just go as hard as we can and possibly in every drill. I think it just comes down to communication, moving hard, just moving fast, moving together as a unit. If you want to be great at defense, you have to play team defense. And I think tonight our communication was on a different level. We were moving harder. And I think overall, that's why we played great defense. I thought they had to take a lot of tough shots, and they were taking a lot of shots at the end of the shot clock, which is what you want as well.
All right. Thanks, Caitlin, for your time.
Yep. Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, Monica, thanks for joining us. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll go right to questions for Monica. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, what was it like going up against a player like Nas tonight?
Yeah, I mean, she's really, really good. She can score the ball in a lot of different ways. She's really fast in transition. She's explosive. Yeah, she's just overall a really great player, and I think that definitely makes us better going against her, and it gives us a chance to showcase our abilities on defense and on offense. Yeah, and I think we did a really good job. I'm really proud of the way all the bigs tonight handled her on defense and the way we produced on offense too.
Further questions for Monica? Go ahead, Jeff Linder.
Yeah, how are you able to kind of get up again a second time to play, tonight, and just kind of get your emotions going again?
Yeah, it was definitely hard. I had to like force myself to try to relax, which was hard. Just being so amped up for the game, being out there to shoot, kind of have the adrenaline pumping for the game, and then having to go get tested and go back home and just kind of relax. I was like checking my phone every like 10 minutes thinking an hour had passed. So it was definitely hard to kind of relax a little bit, but I think I managed to make it work, and I got re-amped up for the game the second time around. So
What time did you get back to the arena?
I get here. I try to get here 2 hours early, so I think it was like 6:30. But I normally get here earlier than a lot of people.
All right, Michelle, go ahead.
Yeah, Monica, can you just sort of reflect on how, I mean, right now, how well you're shooting, and just how, 'cause Lisa was talking about how with the 3-point threats you guys have, how that does help in the post.
Yeah, I mean, when your 3-point shooters are hitting, teams can't really double. They can't choke in. So it does make it a lot easier for me to kind of evaluate the floor. I can see better when teams aren't choking in and doubling. And I can just kind of like assess what moves I'm going to make. But I think my teammates do a really good job of hitting me in positions where I'm most likely to score and make the basket. And that starts in practice, them constantly like, I really applaud them because they kind of have me figured out in a basketball aspect, like where I'm most effective on the floor and stuff. And they do a great job trying to feed me there. So they're just really great teammates, and they put in that work, and it really pays off. Yeah.
Thank you.
Chloe?
Yeah, Caitlin noted a different energy tonight. What can you say to the team's energy after a 5-hour delay?
Yeah, I was really proud of us. I think we all kind of showed up and we were all kind of on edge. Like we didn't know if the game was going to get called again. We were already gone out once to warm up, and
we had to leave. So we were all just kind of on edge. But once we saw Michigan show up and start warming up, we were like, okay, this is happening now. We can kind of like get loose. So I think that was key for us, like kind of loosening up a little bit in warmups and then refocusing in once we got into the locker room. But yeah, I mean, these situations are just going to happen this year, and they're happening to a lot of teams. So I'm really proud of the team's mental toughness today and adapting to the situation. Yeah, I think we did a really good job.
All right. Thank you, Monica. Appreciate your time this evening.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. And then we'll get Sharon Goodman here for our third and final player. All right, Sharon, thanks for joining us. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can.
All right, we'll go right to questions for Sharon Goodman. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, kind of just talk to me a little bit about just getting this Big Ten experience going up against such a good player like Nas and being able to contribute the way you did tonight.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's an honor to be able to go up against the people. And I mean, even just practicing with Monica every day, that's an honor too. I mean, playing against people that are at the top of the country too, that's an honor. And yeah, so being able to go against her and being able to kind of hold my ground when Monica needed it and the team needed it, that was special for me. And I'm glad I could contribute in that way. Yeah.
Jeff Linder, go ahead.
Yeah, Sharon, where did the energy, kind of the renewed energy, come from? From maybe 4 o'clock until 8:30. I mean, how are you guys able to get back up to play again?
I guess like the other people have said, I mean, we just wanted to play again. I mean, we're coming off the Maryland loss, and you just kind of want to get out of that. You never want to sit on a loss, so we just kind of wanted to play and get out there, and we knew we could win. So we were really just waiting for this breakthrough, and we were ready for the breakthrough. And I guess for me too, after the long wait, I wanted to have more energy than them. So for me, it was kind of a competition energy.
Go ahead, Jeff. No. Anyone else? Questions for? All right. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Good job, Sharon.